Cast member, except Army of Darkness, because none of them give a shit. So they've all retired from the horrible experience they had making that movie. But I'm going to introduce these fine people one at a time, and then we will turn them upon you or you upon them. And you can finally ask every jackass Evil Dead question you've ever wanted to ask any of these actors. I will not be answering any question as I'm moderating. Well, maybe a few questions. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with Evil Dead 2, some of our esteemed cast members. We're starting with the one, the only. He played Ed, who then became known as, I guess, Chop Top at some point, Evil Ed. Please welcome Richard Dawkins. He's in the house. Come on, my man. Welcome. Sit down.
Thank you.
So, are you something of a virgin at these events?
My first convention ever! Who are you people for crying out loud?
Who are you people, he shouts. I've been asking myself that for 30 years. Who are you freaks? Well, welcome. Thank you for coming today.
Much appreciated.
What got you out of your Brentwood estate to come here?
It was the offer to really connect with these people that I had missed for 27 years now. I've been offered the opportunity to do these things, and I never have, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. From last night to today, it's been fantastic, and I really appreciate it.
All right. Are you out of your mind?
Yes, she
Get
is.
your prescription checked, lady.
No, I come because it's so much fun and I get to see your ugly
Are
ass.
there any female ashes here? Any female ashes? Are you currently dressed as a female ash? There you go. Is that not hotness on a stick? Look at
That is
that. Come on, man. Let's do it in the park. All right. I'll even use my boomstick. Yes. Let's just calm down for a second here. We've got more people to talk to. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to now go to those who participated in the original Evil Dead. They're being helped to stage because they're all very old now. First, let's please welcome Mr. Hal Delrich as Scotty. There he is. Please join our happy squad. They're spending money, so sit down. Now, Rich, your real name is Rich DeManicore. Can you give us some idea?
Nobody knows that.
Oh, no. Crap.
They do now.
Oh, well. Whoopsie. No one will ever retweet that. So, but how did you come to the name that your character, that you used in the movie?
All right, you guys, supposed fans, know the answer to that stupid question.
I know.
Who knows out there?
Boy, you really nailed that one, don't
I can tell you the real fans. Thanks. Way in the back. Go ahead. Give it a try. Yes. And?
I'll make it easy on you, sir. His name is Rich. His roommates were Hal and Del. So he became Hal Delrich
Yes.
in the movie. And that was the least interesting fact that you'll hear today. Welcome to this. Betsy Baker, Teresa Tilly, they were the women who got it the worst, I guess you could say. They managed to survive and tell the story, and they're all here. They were able to breed children and have semi-normal lives. Please welcome the ladies of the Evil Dead. Welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Are you surprised that so many people would show up in Cincinnati, Ohio to talk to you? Yes, you are.
Yes.
Now, you've been to a number of these. You have, some would say, poured yourself out. Others would say you've been engaged in lively commerce.
Spoken by a pimp, that's nothing.
Thank you. I was afraid I was going to get arrested as a pimp when I was walking over here today. And I was. So I have to go in about 20 minutes for my arraignment.
You're doing good after prison.
Thank you. Ladies, welcome. Well, I would actually like to ask, of you cast members, in your pea brains, what is, who thinks they had it the worst of any of you? Raise your hand. Ellen, hands up. We got two right there. With a half raised. Okay, wow. Ellen, your hand went up pretty quick. What do you got? No context. Share with us your sorrow and your tragedy.
I have 3 words. The wood scene.
Why? What happened that you wouldn't say?
I'm not going to discuss it today. No.
She loves talking about it usually. Doctor thought she got a bad case of Dutch elm disease. You Midwesterners know what I'm talking about.
Thank God I ended up with some beautiful offspring. Their names are Bud and Rose.
Now, how did you handle when your children saw this movie first? How'd that go?
Well, I was trying to keep it a secret from them. And basically when their friends started seeing it was when my secret was out. So I still wouldn't let them see it until they were 15, but I think they snuck it in. One couldn't care less, and she just kind of was bored. And the other one thought it was real cool, and she ended up being an actress.
How many would be willing if we did Evil Dead 4? How many would be willing to participate? I like Hallie's like, no fucking way. They didn't pay me then, they won't pay me now. Screw it. I think that's a fair assessment. Excellent question to start things off.
Okay, we're done.
Thank you very much, everybody. Yes, right there.
I'd like to ask the panel, tell us some secrets about what it was like working with Campbell.
Some secrets. Some secrets. You want some dirty secrets, ladies?
Working with who?
The little perv?
I don't want to say anything, but I don't know if y'all realize I was the first person to kiss Ash.
She's still kissing his ass.
Little known
Thank you,
secret.
Mr. Hicks.
Bessie used her tongue once or twice. Whoops! That's not supposed to be a wild fowl. Thereby ruining the tape. But all she wanted was to kiss me again and again and again. So she would deliberately screw up the takes. Isn't that true? Or are you going to deny it from hundreds of people?
No, that's true.
Thank you for answering truthfully.
Pull up in the truck.
Is it true? I love the accusatory tone. Where were you? Was I in a scene that they shot of an old guy pulling up in a truck, helping this listless girl who's wandering on the road, missing an arm? And he goes to steer and there's a hook that goes up on the steering wheel. You go, oh my God, he doesn't have an arm either. And then, boom, cut to black. Yeah. Never happened. Questions for our illustrious panel. Why not film the original Evil Dead? It was a brutal winter that was coming on. We did not have the money raised in time. It took us later into the fall. We didn't want to make a movie in winter in Michigan. So we went to warm Tennessee, where it was the coldest winter on record. Michigan had one of the mildest winters on record, so that worked out really good. How'd you keep warm on the first movie? You remember keeping Tom, you lived in, if I'm not correct, your luxurious quarters, it was the laundry room, right? On the floor of the laundry room.
Regardless if someone was drying or washing.
Right. And you made props in there, and after Tom left, there was a stink that came from the room. It got worse worse and worse. We thought, has Tom died in there? So we're looking around. We thought, well, Tom does shower occasionally. We have seen him, like, I think he doesn't smell that bad. We found out there was a whole pile of rotting chicken bones in the corner that he had used to make the knife prop. It was made out of a bunch of chicken bones. So those were Tom's rotting chicken bones in the laundry room. Thanks for cleaning all your shit up, Tom. So it was comfortable living conditions. We all were in a rented house.
Well, you know what? I kept warm by shivering.
It was some kind of a illegal,
A space heater.
kerosene space heater.
It was horribly illegal and toxic. I think we were blowing it into the cabin, thereby making all the air noxious and not breathable.
Every single one of us is going to die some horrible death because of that and because of the juice that you used for the smoke machine.
It was only oil-based. It's not that big of a deal. So it was an enclosed garage for hours and hours and hours. You have to wipe it off the lens of the camera, it would build up. So you're like, I wonder if I'm breathing that. Yeah, it's a healthy place. OSHA would have shut us down, I think, in about 3 minutes. Any set up?
I'll start. I can't.
No, you
good.
Danny can't wait. You can't wait to jump in on this.
I can't really think of anything good, but he kicked me in the balls very hard. That really annoyed me.
Should we explain how that happened, you liar?
Explain how that happened.
I'm on the edge of the cabin, and you're doing your bullshit redneck thing. Man, get out, big, you doing? And you pop me in the back of the head, and I'm supposed to throw myself off the... Well, it's a counter lever, isn't it, Dan?
Yes, it actually was.
Right? So I demonstrate the counter lever of going off.
Yes. You see
What
the
happens
foot
when
goes
that
up
way?
like that?
It goes up.
Yes.
Well, you jackass, if you're standing like that, something bad might happen.
Hey, don't blame it on me. I didn't write the damn script. And I'm not going to hit you in the head with a shotgun if I'm not standing close enough to you to do it.
I don't care what your little problems are.
Well, that's the whole point, Bruce. They weren't so little after that. They were about that big.
Yeah, that's way too much information. Well, let's start at the end. I think, Rick, we're going to just start with you. Good times, bad times.
Good times with that. You were along with Sam. Just really nice to the entire cast and crew. The worst part was I was at one point I get dismembered by this guy. Right? Remember that scene? Everybody remember that scene?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And in rehearsal, as I recall, there was an axe or some shit involved, right? They're coming at me, and you came dangerously close to actually chopping my head off. I think at one point. That was a little scary.
There was some axe work. Yeah.
There was some axe work. Yeah. Oh, that was awesome.
Cassie, I think it's your time to
Okay,
vote.
I thoroughly enjoyed doing the project. It's the first real movie that I've ever done, and because we were all working so hard, you know, if you wanted to see what the shot was, well, you could go and look behind the camera. If you wanted to do stuff, I can tell you right now that when they do the laughing, when he's going crazy, when the deer's going, I am under the sofa making the cushions move.
That's right. You had to
And
go
it
to
was
work.
hotter than shit that day. And I'm in there because I was a little skinny thing, and I was like, I'll do that. I can do it. Sure.
You laughed like, that cushion laughed like hell.
Let's see.
What was your roughest day on that?
Well, my roughest
When the paycheck stopped?
when the PB&J stops, that was hard.
Nice.
I didn't. I wish I had something interesting to say, but we were working. Well, I'll say we were working hard, but everybody was. It was not. It was a team effort, but everybody was wrapped up in makeup, and you got to do this, you got to do that. Sam was doing his storyboards in the middle of the night and falling asleep on them. You didn't know what you were doing the next day. I don't blame Bruce for that. I blame Sam for that. But
That son of a bitch. I can't believe he wasted your time like that. I'll talk to him. He's going to care. I will.
No. I'll be brief. Bruce also is a brilliant sound designer and creates tremendous Foley. All of those movies, all of those sound effects were there. And I would also get asked to contribute to that in what were called scare chords. You need a big scare chord there. You need a big scare chord there, which is basically a sound effect. So all of that goes very well. I write a lovely score. And we get to the mix. Well, Bruce is now very invested in these sound effects that he's creating.
Spent a lot of time putting them in there. They sound
And
cool.
at that point, music becomes sort of a necessary evil to get from one point to another. There's no sound effects. So, you know, that's the torture part for me, and so I've abstained from going to many mixes.
But did we not get better? Army of Darkness, we were kind of, I think we heard some of the music.
No, you're right. I had a moment.
I think we heard some of it.
Thank you.
I tried to get it out of there, but it wasn't good.
And I remember I attended the mix. I was there every day. And Bruce would go, can I have more leathery leather? And how about some more chainy chains?
Michelle was like, where's my fucking music?
Anyway, it's been a great thrill.
I'll never live that down, Joe. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
What did you scandalous actors do?
We were too exhausted.
We drank moonshine, lady. What are you talking about? Drank moonshine, got drunk, and I went dancing with a southern woman at a place you could bring liquor in, but you couldn't sell it. We fell down on the dance floor 3 times, and I said, wow, you smell good. What is that? She goes, Ivory soap. All right. So those were some diversions. I don't know what you people did. Danny, I'm sure that you've got a story or two, or do you not remember?
I remember lots of alcohol and softball.
Softball.
We played softball.
You've been too, Sunday softball.
We did.
What was Evil Dead 2? Like a party?
Yeah.
Fuck, we worked our asses off. There was no, oh, what are you doing in your me time? You're gonna sleep? Fuck no!
Thanks,
You know
Al,
what,
for your
listen,
vitriol.
we started working at, maybe 6 o'clock in the evening, and then we worked till 6 o'clock in the morning. And then they'd say, okay, go get some rest, and then come back at 9. You see,
Yeah,
that's
what
when
you
you
do.
work like
Come
this.
on. Jeez, like we're the best.
Spare time,
Okay, second to last amazing representative.
How much alcohol was consumed between Evil Dead 1 and 2?
How much alcohol was consumed between Evil Dead 1 and 2? It's irrelevant because nobody was working. What do you care? That was a great last bad question.
Hey, Bruce, I have to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Raise your hand if you have sung songs of Machete.
Have I sung songs of Machete?
Yeah.
Have I seen or sung?
In Machete Kills, there's a guard who looks.
People claim it's me. Should we just say yes and let it be at that? I called Robert Rodriguez. I said, I really wanted to get in your movies. Got a starring role. He goes, yeah, we sure do. That's all he used. Thanks for that, Tom. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the panel, please big round of applause for our